Hello, everyone. Today is Saturday, 8/20, August 20, 2022. So basically what I'm gonna do is market analysis. From there, I'm going to understand what is the bias and what trades are in the pipe for next week. So basically what I do have here is the market indices right there. In all the markets that I regularly see are SPY, QQQ, diamonds, and IWM. So basically what I do analyze on a weekly basis and also daily is what the direction the market is going, and I do have some indicators that that would allow me to understand what my bias is going to be. So I'm going to go through those today and see if you consider this one valuable for you. So before I start, I wanted to ask you guys if you can subscribe to this channel. I try to. It would be very helpful if you like it, if you like the video, and also if you subscribe to the channel. So in that way, I can spread it out a little bit more and get more subscribers, basically. So. Another thing I created recently, a couple of days ago, I started to use Discord. You can find the address in the description, so you can go to that server and make your comments there. Also, if you have questions, I would be glad to address them over there or in the comments down below. The other thing is that I have to remind you that a good way to trade, especially futures or basically futures, is using a funding company, and I use Apex. So if you want to enroll in there are different plans. The description and the coupon for a discount is down there. I'm an affiliate on that one. You check the description of this video, and you would be able to enroll with them. Very, very good. If you have questions about how the program works and everything related to that, go to Discord and we can create a discussion and other people can participate there. There's not that many people in the in the server, so it's gonna be probably me answering most of the questions. But as the team and the group grows, then probably we can discuss these type of things in there. Okay, so this is the S&P 500, the SPY. So basically, you see that I'm gonna put. If you don't know this functionality on Thinkorswim, basically what you have is in this area here. Right there, there's a drawing set that you can define. Okay, I do have several of them. So if you go here, I do have a default, which is the one that I use for the daily 15 minutes. I have Fibonacci's there, market forecast. It's another one. So there are different ones. I'm gonna put this one that it says none. So in that way, I do have no analysis at all. So basically, the market is been moving, south or bearish when the market started to cross this 30 days simple moving average. And this one here is the 10-day moving average. You see right there, it crossed it crossed to the downside, and then the price started to move to the downside. So it was bearish this whole time right here, and then now it's been bullish there. And actually, this one was a really astronomical and very nice move there. In the indicators, I do have here the volume average. I do have here the MACD histogram, so it tells me with arrows up and downs if the market is the momentum of the market, and also divergences. Okay, so we are going to talk a little bit about that as well, and I do have the stochastics. So the stochastics is also another indicator I use, and I do have this TTM squeeze. So the squeeze indicator is used by John Carter, and this one here is really good. It's a really good indicator. It tells you when it squeezes. So you have a squeeze right there in red. You have another squeeze right there in red, and then the market is pointing to the upside or to the downside, depending on where the momentum moves on. So you have bullish momentum right here, and you have bullish side there. Now in here it seems that it was pausing right here, pausing right there, and now you have three blue lines in a row that the market is pausing. And I do use also this money flow oscillator, and in here you see if the money is coming in or out of the market. So in this case now it's positive, so market is in a bullish momentum. Now right here, let me go and expand this a little bit. Right here you see that there's an alert. You have the momentum is crossing to the downside. You have heavier volume than normal. So you have small volume here, but then there was an inflection here on volume going up in a red candle. So the red candle is right there, and it's crossing below the 10 days moving average. So you have this momentum going down. And also, if you see here, let me change this to that. You see here there is some divergence there. So you see momentum is going down, and then price is going up. So there's a bearish divergence here, and the market is kind of like due for a correction. I'm gonna delete this one because this is what I try not to write these drawings in this profile. So I'm gonna remove that one as well. And then okay, so another thing that I do is to try to identify channels. The way that I draw the channels are looking for bottoms right there, for example, and then I look for the top there. So you see that the market was going down in this channel. I'm gonna activate it and then move it right here, and you see that it is touching going down there, and now from here it moved to outside of this channel and created a new channel. So what I do is to go there once this one moved up or moved out, then I go there and look for the new channel, and you see that now it's going out of the channel into probably a new one going down. So market is normally the cycle is up, down, up, down, up, down. Right now it's moving outside of this channel and crossing the moving average back to the downside. So my short-term sentiment is bearish. Let's go back to the default, and then you see that I do have some additional lines here. So these are resistance. Some people like to draw boxes. I normally don't. Sometimes I do, but normally what I do see is if I move to the back of the channel, or if I see to the left, there's always there are some pivots here that you can understand as support and resistance levels. Now, normally this one it's already violated, so what I do is to delete it. Okay, so I'm gonna remove that one and remove that one, even though I consider that it's an important line. Right now what I'm looking at is there's no actually resistance up until this gap right here. Let me expand this one a little bit so you can see it better. So there's a gap right there, right? And it seems that the price wants to go down to 413. Now, what is 413? This is the first day of the month. So August. Do I have it right? Actually, I don't. Let's see. Anyways, let me activate the drawing and then move to August 1st and put it there. Okay, so 413.41 is probably where the market wants to go. And then if you see here, there's a gap in between 810 and 89. Okay, so market exploded right there and then moved back down. Another indicator that I use is let's go to edit studies. Is this zigzag here? So I'm going to activate it and then show the study there, and then show the plot, and then press OK, apply. Okay, so this one here, it's painting the move of the market. So I do have there's a parameter of 3.5% that I have there, and you see that the market goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So basically, the last move in here was, went to 7, then came back down to 12%, and then moved up 17.45%. Now, if we look at this, seems that the market is a little bit extended to the upside and wants to go and visit the mean again. Now, in a couple of days, you don't know what's going to happen, but this moving average, the 30 days moving average, is trending higher, so it's going to face that price right there, right? A little bit too much, maybe. Okay, so it seems so that this line here is trying to go to the upside, and then this one is coming to visit that line also. So you never know what is going to happen, but my sentiment now is that we are a little bit too extended. We can probably come back here to this opening range on the daily. Okay. So another thing that I normally look is so my sentiment in SPY is bearish, as you can see in the short term, right? You have 1, 2, 3 days in a row that has come back, and then also is facing a longer time resistance right up here. I'm gonna remove this one. Is a little, I cannot see the price that it's there, so what I'm gonna do is to go to my status again, and I'm gonna deactivate this one real quick. So that one is no, and then no plot. Okay, and apply. Okay, so basically now you have some resistance at least this level. You have three times right there, and right there. 3 times that it popped, tried to pop above, and then fourth time tried to pop above and failed again. And then you have this line here, that line there, that it's actually descending resistance, and touched it there and then came back down. Okay, so in between where we are now, 422 and 413 is where I expect that the price to go. It's going to find some resistance at this level, and for sure it's going to find some resistance at the moving average. So my short-term sentiment is bearish. Now let's continue with the ES. I do have here another settings where I see the weekly, the monthly, and the 15 minutes. Okay, so this one is actually, that's why I do have 15 minutes here in the drawing set. So in the weekly, what we do have is a potential overextension or overshoot of the weeklies going above this resistance level. Now, it can come back or can bounce out of the 417.44. So basically what we do have is let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 4 to 5 weeks that the market moved up, and then this week it kind of like made this topping tail formation on the weekly, that it could be a reversal moving down. Momentum is still up. But I don't know. It looks toppy, or if it can move above this 431.89, then probably we're going to be bullish and trying to reach this 462.07. In the monthly, you see that so far, and today is the 20th, so nothing is closed here, but you see that we touched the 10 month simple moving average, and then it kind of like rejected and came back down, right, because of this week of action or price action. So yeah, so and here you see the same thing. I mean, this is the same indicator MACD histogram that tells me that there's a divergence here going to the downside. Now that doesn't mean that the market is going to turn bearish all the way down. It seems that it could consolidate here and start a consolidation time. So it can move sideways for a while. So we will see what is going to be the action plan or the action the price action that is going to present us. The other thing that I do see is this market forecast. Okay, so this is this here for me it's very important, this market forecast indicator. So basically what I see here, if you see there's a crossing above this 20 above the 20 line. So we do have now that it's overextended, this area here is oversold. Let me expand this a little bit so you can see it better. Okay, much better, I guess, huh? Okay, so basically in this area here, so let me point it out. I'm gonna put it in red just so in this area here, you're oversold, right? In this area here, you're moving to the upside in a bullish momentum, and then here in this area, you're oversold. Now that doesn't mean that the price cannot go up, but if I see that this line is coming back down like it is doing here, right there, right? It's coming down. I get a little bit more defensive, and I'm not bullish anymore in there. So this strategy, I use it, or these indicators, I use them to see my bias in futures, but also in how I trade options, right? So because I do trade options as well. So and I don't do day trading in options or I do just swing trades. So that is another strategy that I use to make a little bit of money, or lose a little bit of money as well. It depends on how you manage your account. Okay, so so then let's go back to the it's thinking. Okay, so so SPY. So that one, it's so we are saying that or I'm saying that my sentiment is not that bullish anymore for two reasons. The first one is this long run, 4 weeks. The market needs to breathe a little bit. It can do it, or it can, go back to this support area of 417.44 and then start to move up again. QQQ, kind of like in a similar situation, 4 weeks in a row that it's moving up. Right here, it's very, very similar to what the SPY is doing. Oh, by the way, if you are interested in the market analysis, I do have a blog that I publish almost every day on what the market is doing, and I analyze different aspects of the market and futures as well. So if you have questions on that, use the Discord, or you can make comments on that blog as well. Okay, so NQ again, 4 days coming back down, crossing below the 10 days moving average, this is actually a really it's an alert basically. So it doesn't mean that you have to go bearish, but it means that if you're bullish, this is not the time to be bullish anymore. So you have because you know, it crossed the likelihood of that the price coming back down to the 30 moving average is it increases when it crosses the 10. So that's good idea to be you know, defensive now. Diamonds have not done it yet, but it's crossing this trend line here. Let me expand this a little bit. In the monthly, same. In the weekly, same thing. This one has a nice run all the way up there, crossing above the 30-week moving average. Simple, but let's maximize this. You know what? I do have better view on this right here because I do have all the other indicators. So basically, you know, it's trying to go and cross this one, but there's some resistance in the diamonds moving to the downside. So there's some resistance there. There has not it is breaking the channel. Actually, it closed below this this channel, but it hasn't crossed the 30, the 10 simple moving average. It's probably going to do it. You have some bearish divergence here as well. So you see, let me open in the MACD. You see that the price, the tops here are higher highs. So higher high there, but then it's not respected on this on the momentum on the MACD, right? So you have a high, a lower high, and a lower high right there, and then the stochastic is actually crossing to the downside. A little bit noisy in here. It really doesn't give you you know, heels that are very trying to look for the word, you know, with large movement basically. So the tops and the heels and the bottoms are not very expanded like it was in here. So it is actually, you know, moving up and down, but it's actually crossing. You see, volume is also very little right here, most likely because of summer and people are not trading in high volume anymore. So now the squeeze is you know, sideways and moving down. It already made the move all the way up here, and then you see that also the money flow oscillator is kind of coming down again, and you have the MQ momentum all the way up here. So diamonds, for me, it's also defensive. So, and this one here is the IWM, which is the Russell 2000. So let's go to the none, see if I eliminate all of that. So you see here, you have one red arrow here, so momentum is crossing below. Also, you do have the the MACD coming down on the tops, so that there's a bearish divergence there, so which means that it could consolidate for a while or go move down, and then you have 1-2 red arrows here. Momentum is coming down, and the stochastic is coming down. It already made the move on the squeeze, and also the money flow oscillator is going down. So yeah, it doesn't. IWM doesn't really look good. It's going to become more bearish from my point of view if it really start to break this 186.04. So let's go back here. I'm taking the opportunity to review this one. Diamonds, it's in the it's above this daily range or opening range on the daily, and QQQ, I do have QQQ 81 also, and this one is above, so still is bullish, but it facing some nice resistance here. Okay, so question is where is it going? Well, it for me it's coming down, so it's already made a big move right here, and then it's coming down. Now once we do have, you know, a kind of like a broad view of where we are, I go here to the let me see, oh, right here, to the VIX. Okay, so there's a Bollinger Band right here. Let me put 6 months, and then here I'm gonna put 6 months as well to see the index. So 3 months. Okay, so basically you see there's a synchronization in between the upper side of this chart is the VIX, and the one below is the SPY. So basically, you know, same chart that we had before, and you see that the price, I mean the VIX is below 20. Okay, so when VIX is below 20, you know, you cannot, or you know, price is kind of hard to move up again in here. So because you know, low level on the VIX indicates that if there's fear or not, and if there's no fear at all, and so the big guys are going into the market and start selling, and then they try to cut up everyone all the way until you know it moves up to the upper range of the Bollinger Band. So basically that's another indication that probably, not for sure, but probably it's going to go down to probably these levels here. We'll see. Okay, so now let's go back to the 15. Let's go back to here. Okay, now that we see the SPY, what I do is to look for the sectors. Okay, so sectors, what the sectors are doing, all the sectors close below the all the sectors close below or negative on Friday. So only XLV, which is the healthcare, close above, or kind of like a 0.27% is kind of like nothing, right? So red arrow here, red arrow here, in a squeeze or consolidation, and then you know, so it doesn't look like very strong. And then after this big move here, I do have an ascending channel though, that is painted out of these tops right here and then move back down. So I would expect that this one facing that resistance here is going to come back down and meet this lower part of the channel. We'll see. There are some pivots that are important here. This one here at 125.23 and 118.75. And then you have one here. So it's actually in consolidation for sure. But we will see if it turns bearish and come back down. If you are trading bearish on this one, you could be lucky, but the channel is moving up still. So so you have to be careful. Then what I do have here is the I haven't updated this one in a while, so let's check XLV. See, this one here are not longer valid. So I'm gonna delete that one. I'm gonna delete CERN as well. Okay. Now, so XLV, I do have all the main players right here. So if I click Pfizer, then you can tell what each one of these individuals stocks are doing in that sector. Okay, so you see that most of them are actually sideways, you know. Okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna go into the details on that, but you have energy, which is you know, moving to the upside. Already broke this this channel that was going down, that was violated here on 615, started to come down, and then had some reaction here, came back up, and now it's moving to the upside. It's actually broke this momentum here. And I do have USO as a trade. So in a let's look USO. So you see, I do have one small little trade in USO. And I don't know if it's going to violate this and move to the upside. It seems to. I do have this one was a trade I took right down here at $71 off of that support. So my thought was, okay, if I take this one and it moves down, then I don't lose that much. But if it moves up, then I'm in a gain now on this one. So if you have questions about that trade, go ahead and ask me in the Discord channel. Okay, so it seemed it tried to move up above this descending trend line, but it didn't cross. So probably it's going to consolidate here a little bit. Momentum is or the squeeze is actually in a squeeze. From my point of view, this the crude and USO should be much higher than the price that it's displaying now, and the fact that it's bouncing out of these levels here tells me that there's a reasonable probability that it's going to move higher. I'm gonna check if I need to decide if I want to move my stop a little bit higher, probably around this area in 72.54, option related. So let's see that there where I am. So so it's a 61, and the stop is at 280. So so we'll see. I'm not I can probably tie the stop a little bit in there on this option, just to be safer, or just leave it there. So, or just leave it there. Okay, so let's go back to the charts. Okay, so so energy, right? XLU moving higher. There is a very very evident divergence here, right? Up high, going down low, and then higher highs right there. So it could mean consolidation as well. It has a nice run already, and then these three lines point out consolidation. Look at how extended the MQ momentum is. It's at 50, really to be considered a very extended. It should be 60, but okay, but it's still bullish, right? I mean, it hasn't shown signs of weakness yet. It seems that it wants to go higher. This line here acts as a support now, but it's in that area. What I would say is probably that this, I need to rectify this drawing here, so I'm gonna activate it, and then I'm gonna move it up here, and then this one here is moving there. So it's extended, it's going to the upside. It could drift higher there, but it could come back here to the, so the best way to, and you can see one of my videos when I talk about the strategy on when to sell and when to buy. You need to wait, or I would wait until it comes back to this line here, and if I'm wrong and it doesn't bounce, then I'm wrong for just a little and not that much, right? If you're wrong here, then the probability that it's going to go much higher is not that good. So that was utilities, and this one is consumer staples. Kind of the same situation right here. This one is an overshoot. There is some resistance here, and then coming back down there. Okay, real estate is already coming back down. You see that there is a crossing below the 10 days moving average. There's also a breakout of momentum to the downside, and stochastics as well. So I mean, it was a nice run. So time to go back a little bit, I guess. XLY, this one was a nice run. I'm gonna delete this this channel here and leave this one there, and I'm gonna actually correct it. Let's see. There's another channel that it's interesting here. I don't know if you can see it, but let me draw it right there for you. So you see that pivot right there. I'm gonna start my pivot, my channel right there, and see what's going on. Right? So you see that there and then move it to the downside here. So it's actually in this, it's an overshoot on this primary channel, and it's coming back down and right in the middle of this one here. Now the only thing that this one needs to be a little bit more bearish is to break the 10 simple moving average. Communications, no. Oops. Okay, communications. Now, where are we with communications? So, actually, in the middle of the channel, above the moving average, and above the 30 and below the 10. So, in consolidation, red, and money flow, it's actually not that great, right? So, we'll see if it keeps moving down or not. And then XLK, which is the technology, it also coming back down, found some resistance here. It's actually painting at bull flag here. So you know, direction is in this channel moving to the upside, but no confirmation on the MACD and the stochastics moving down right there in consolidation in the squeeze indicator. So, and then basic materials, this one is breaking this this channel, didn't hit the upper side there, and then came back down. So 4 days in a row, or 3 days in a row, that is coming back down, red and red, so defensive as well. In financials, kind of like one red in the stochastics, and the MACD has not been broken yet. It's right at the 10 days moving average, actually probably closed below the 10 days moving average. And then you know what, I'm gonna activate this one and change it from here to there, and then that one is fine. So has not violated it yet. It's in a bull flag formation. It could go higher or it could go lower, and if it breaks this one, this channel, then bad news. And XLY, consumer discretionary, then this one, it's already, it tried to break this resistance here. It did. Now that resistance came, you know, it's now support, and now it's breaking support, right? So it's coming back down, red candle or red arrow here, and then coming back down. Okay, so that's one. Okay, so let's go to so in the in my blog, I publish one a list of stocks that for the next day of trading are subject to my attention, and I call them next day to watch. So you can look at it in that blog. Okay, so basically I do have all of these stocks that are moving and crossing below the 30 days moving average. So let's start with, I'm going to start with the least expensive one to the most expensive one. Okay, so MU Micron, it tried to break this, so it's in a longer term channel going up and down, and then made a move to the upside in this in here, making higher highs and higher lows. But it seems that it's a little bit extended. That's why I'm telling you know, try to wait until the price is all the way up here. There's some consolidation I see here, but it's pointing down. And then you have MACD, and stochastics going down. It's in there. It's in the in consolidation, in the squeeze, and then you have the money flow indicator is turning negative. So this one is a good candidate of for a short. So what do we do with the short? So let's go here and look for puts or verticals and puts, right? Or you can sell a call, right? So either one, it's a bearish technique. So basically, this one here, what I normally do is to go there, and if I want to risk $150, then what I do is to take one of this this short here. Look at the volume. You know, the volume here, it's at 60 to 50 is okay. There's much more volume in this put right here. So the two alternatives: if you expect a big move, then 365 would be probably a good idea. If you don't expect a big move, then a vertical would be better. So that one would give. So for example, that you're risking $221. If you take this $5 wide spread, okay. So basically you take that trade and then get your targets. If you let's check here the analyzer. So I'm gonna go to the analyzer here. So basically on this trade in Micron, what you see is that you're entering right there, and then if the price goes down, you start making money, right? And then the other thing, let me go back here to that trade. So what I do look for, normally it's in between 30 to 35 days. This one is 27, so this one is still okay. But and then you have the weeklies, but that's what I do. Now the short term, I'm a swing trader on options, so these are down here. 6, 13, and 20 are probably too little for me. I want to have I don't want to. I trade futures during the day, but I don't trade options during the day. These are kind of like a more swing trade for me, and that way I pay attention to it only once a day, and then I adjust my stops there. Okay, so let's go back to the analyzer. So if by expiration the price is at 57.39, kind of thing, like in this area here, or below, then you would make maximum profit. Now, where do you sell this one? It depends on the strategy that you're using, but if you do consistently one thing, then you should be okay. So one alternative is to put it at 80% of the price. So if the gain is 100, is 80%, then you would make probably $200 on that trade, around that area. And then if it moves to against you, then you have to decide if you're going to close it or not, depending on what you see in the chart. Maximum loss here is $200. So this one would be, a good strategy. Let's go back to the charts. So if you buy just a naked put, then the price really needs to move down. But if you buy a vertical, then that vertical, you give it more space. It's it's way slower, but it's a little bit more secure to do it that way. Now, and the other option is to actually sell calls. that's a really good strategy as well. So let's go to DocuSign. Okay, so I said, where do you enter? Well, it closed already below the 30 days moving average, right? Let me go back here. I'm gonna expand it a little bit. There. So it closed below the 30 days moving average. The expectation is that this one is going to continue going lower and all the way probably up until there. It's still in the upper channel. Or in the channel that is going up, but in the master one or in the big channel, it's actually moving down. So one thing that you could do, or let's do it right now in Micron, is take this one and see where we are. We are very close to breaking that resistance or to that support. To breaking that support, but it has not broken yet. So, but it broke. For me, it's enough if it broke the 30 simple moving average. You have one arrow. If you imagine that there's an arrow here going down, crossed below the 30, cross below the MACD, and crossing on the stochastics. So for me, it's a good reason to put a put there. Okay, so I'm probably going to do it and then publish it in Discord when I do. Okay, let's review now DocuSign. DocuSign, it's been moving in a channel for a while, going up and down, Try to break this channel, but now it's below the in the channel as well. So there's no really a good. I mean, in the long term, if we go to the to this one here, you see that it's in a downtrend. But lately, the last several weeks has been horizontally. And then down, and so it's bearish, and this thing here tells me that there's more room for DocuSign to go even lower here. So there's some good support right there. This one is a good candidate for a vertical for me. So let's go to there and let's review again. I'm gonna delete this one. Again, I'm gonna probably do it or put a trade on in there. So this one is 715. White could be 65. You can go 850. It depends on your tolerance, right? If you want to go $5, then that one would be $250. Okay, so that could be a good entry as well, and then you have to know what your target and what how much are you willing to risk here. Now the other one could be a $10 spread, so 57 to 67. This one is 443. Okay, so again, if you go here to the, let's analyze this one now. So here you entered there. If prices start to move down, then maximum profit would be $557, and maximum loss is would be 443. So it depends on where you want to put the stop again, or where you want to put the target on this vertical. That would be a good entry as well. Okay, so I'm not going to go to each one of them, but you get the idea, right? At $96, you have earnings here, so this is risky. I wouldn't take anything there. Meta, Meta is going down, crossing below and crossing the 1, 2, 3, so moving down. Actually, it's moving down, so this one is another good. So let's see what the price we have here. $850. So you see the more expensive the more expensive these options are as well, but you can reduce the price by going into a vertical for 420 or even to 635. So the wider it is, the more expensive it is, right? So you have here 235 only. You can go 1 or 2 on this one, so it depends on what you want to do. Okay, so delete this one. Let's review Illumina. Illumina is moving sideways. This one is at $202. Earnings already came out, and it was an initial good reaction, but now it came back and gave up all the gains that were for the earnings, right? So actually, you know, it was not a positive reaction. It was a negative reaction, but then it bounced off of the 30 days moving average and then come back. So it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good in the MACD and the stochastic. It doesn't look good in the money flow oscillator either. Big sell here, big volume on the day of the earnings. So BBIB, another one there, crossing below, 2 red arrows right there. So 3 red arrows in between the 3 of them. And then ISRG, which is below support resistance, and it's in a channel here, but it's pointing down, crossing below the simple moving, the 30 days simple moving average. So that one is also a short. And then this one, so or buying puts or selling calls. And then here you have this one here. So make sure that, you know, keep the if you're going to buy, if you're going to buy naked puts, then make sure that you put the stop, you know, in a tolerable area. Not more, don't risk more than 2 or 3% of your account, because you know, this, if it moves in your direction, you're really good. If it doesn't, then you're going to lose the money kind of like very quickly. So make sure that you manage the trade accordingly. Okay, I guess that that was a lot of content. It's about an hour. Thank you for watching, and remember to join the Discord channel so we can generate more discussions there. But also like this video and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching, and have a great and wonderful weekend.